It was late October at night, and the street lights were flickering. I was driving back from my sister's place, 3 hours out of town, on a stretch of highway that barely qualifies as civilization. My phone had no signal, my tank was flirting with empty, and the only sign of life for miles was a single, half-lit gas station glowing like a bug zapper in the dark. I pulled in. The pumps were old, rusted, the kind you don't see anymore. The convenience store attached looked like it hadn't been renovated since the 80s. Faded Pepsi signs, a flickering, open neon that buzzed like a dying insect. There was one other car in the lot, a beat-up silver sedan with a dented bumper and no plates on the front. Weird, but whatever. I just needed gas and maybe a coffee. I swiped my card at the pump. Declined. Of course. I sighed and headed inside. The bell above the door jingled too loud. The clerk was an older guy, maybe 60, with a gray beard and eyes that didn't quite meet mine. He was wiping the counter like it had personally offended him. "Pump 2 isn't taking cards," I said. He grunted. "Machine's been weird all night. Cash only inside." I nodded and started digging through my wallet. That's when the door jingled again. He walked in like he owned the place. Tall, 6'3" maybe. Broad shoulders under a dark green jacket, hood up even though it wasn't raining. His face was thin, angular, with a scar that ran from the corner of his left eye down to his jaw, like someone had tried to erase him and gave up halfway. His hands were in his pockets, but I could see the knuckles were scarred too. Old fights. Or worse. He didn't look at me, just walked straight to the coolers in the back, slow and deliberate. The clerk stiffened. I noticed it, the way his wiping slowed, the way his eyes flicked up to the security mirror above the register. The man grabbed a bottle of water. Didn't browse. Didn't hesitate. Just took it and walked to the counter. The clerk rang it up without a word. The man paid in cash, crumpled 20s pulled from a wad thick enough to choke a horse. He didn't wait for change. Just turned and left. The bell jingled again as the door shut behind him. I paid for my gas. The clerk didn't speak. Didn't look at me. Just handed me my change with trembling fingers. Outside, the man was leaning against my car. Not his car. Mine. He was just standing there, one hand on the hood like he was checking if it was warm. His hood was still up. In the harsh fluorescent light, his face looked wrong, like a mask that didn't quite fit. He smiled when he saw me. Not friendly. Not unfriendly. Just empty. "You're a long way from home," he said. His voice was soft. Calm. Like we were old friends. I stopped a few feet away. "Yeah, just passing through." He nodded slowly. "People don't usually stop here. Not this late." I didn't answer. My keys were in my hand, digging into my palm. He tilted his head. "You should be more careful. Roads like this, things happen." Then he stepped away from my car. Walked past me, close enough that I smelled motor oil and something metallic. He didn't look back. Just got into the silver sedan and drove off, taillights disappearing into the dark. I stood there for a minute, heart hammering. Then I pumped my gas and got the hell out. I didn't think about it much after that. Weird guy. Creepy vibe. Whatever. I had a life to get back to. 3 weeks later, I was scrolling through the news on my phone, half asleep on the couch. Highway Strangler claims 12th victim. The article was about a serial killer operating along rural highways in the Midwest. Active for 4 years. Always the same. Lone drivers, usually at night, pulled over at remote gas stations or rest stops. Strangled. Left in their cars with the doors locked from the inside. No fingerprints. No DNA. Nothing. They'd finally caught a break. A surveillance photo from a gas station in Ohio, 3 weeks ago. I clicked the image. It was him. Same jacket. Same scar. Same dead eyes staring straight into the camera like he knew it was there. The article said he'd been in that store less than 10 minutes before killing a woman 2 miles down the road. She'd stopped for gas. Same as me. He'd been standing next to my car. He'd touched my car. I remembered his words. "You should be more careful." He hadn't been warning me. He'd been deciding. And for some reason, he changed his mind. I still drive that route sometimes. I never stop at night. I never take the old highways. But sometimes when I'm stuck in traffic or idling at a red light, I'll glance in my rearview mirror. And for just a second, I swear I see a silver sedan behind me. No plates on the front. Just waiting.